Bang. Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and here is the Artisan Andromeda. Now, I got to test this thing out at Blade Show, but it was a prototype version, and it was good. I loved the way it looked. I liked a lot of things about it, but because it was a prototype, it was a little rough, so, I didn't get the full effect. I absolutely love this one. I think this is a fantastic knife. Not only the blade shape and the style of blade it is, but also mixed with the handle. It almost reminds me of a fish, just the way it kind of looks. But the whole platform, the whole shape, everything about it, man, it's just such a useful design. And it looks good. It's a damn good looking knife. And it's not like super common. Like it's something that does kind of look unique, even for Ray Laconico. So this is a Ray Laconico design, an M390. Now I will say there's a bunch of different versions of this, so this is just one option. There's, I think, more affordable options. There's micarta options. This one is the Lava Flow fat carbon fiber version, and it looks beautiful. I love the way it looks with this black. Now, the other side does not have the inlay, so it's kind of like having two knives in one. Titanium milled pocket clip, and it is a button lock. So you have thumb stud action. The detent, or what acts as the detent from the plunge, is perfect. Perfect amount of resistance for thumb stud action. Very, very snappy. I have spine whacked it. It worked just fine. At least this one did not fail on me. The blade is nice and pokey. It's somewhat of like a mix between a drop point and a spear point, which is a very versatile blade shape. You can do utility cuts, you cut straps, you can slice, so it's kind of a jack of all trades blade shape. That's what I love about it. Now, as far as the handle and ergos go, normally I'm not a huge fan of handles that go from thicker to thinner because they leave a gap back here, but this one, this particular knife, it's thick enough and big enough right here that my pinky and ring finger have plenty to hang on to, and it tapers in an okay way, and then it also thickens up right there a little bit. So it winds up working out really, really good, and it's actually pretty comfortable. It's a little narrow, but it's great though. I personally like it quite a bit, and since it has this the style to it that just looks so good, it just also adds to it a little bit. The button lock is slightly inset, but it does get pronounced when it is open. I personally haven't had any issues with hitting it or anything, even when I'm squeezing it or reverse grips. It's been just fine. So, but now a couple negative things. One, I'm not a fan of the sharpening choil. I do wish that they did a better sharpening choil and plunge grind. I don't like how the plunge grind tapers down to the edge pretty much. Now, they did leave it open back here for you to cut in a choil, so the stop pin hits right here, so you have plenty of room if you want it. If you did create a smile, you can always cut in a sharpening notch to take care of it, so that's okay. But, I just prefer to have a good plunge grind from the factory. Next, I would prefer if the inlay was on both sides. I'm not too mad at it. I know some people really hate that. I'm not, too crazy about that. Sometimes it kind of looks cool. It almost looks like you have, when you do Instagram and stuff, you almost have two knives, but I would prefer to have both inlays. The next thing is I wish it had a reversible clip. Not for me, but for lefties, because it's a button lock. So button locks are really good with having, being ambidextrous. You just use your pointer finger instead of your thumb, like I would in my right hand. So since that's so easy to be ambidextrous, why not just put, a clip on the lefty side for the lefties? Anyways, other than that, the one other complaint I guess I could say is that the steel is probably on the softer side. M390, I'd prefer it to be harder. I'm sure they're probably doing it 60 to 61 or something like that. I didn't even check, to be honest, so correct me if I'm wrong, but most likely that's what they're doing. And they should be doing it a little bit higher. To me, don't use the super steels like M390. If you're not going to do it right, what's the point? But all in all, the knife itself, like I said, love the way it looks, love the way it handles, love the ergos, love the action. I don't know if I want to call it my favorite yet, but I love this ramped area. Man, Just something about it, like kind of reminds me like a Barracuda or something. I don't know, but man, I absolutely love it. The clip works great. The lockup is solid, by the way. I do have a little bit of side to side, but you know I can probably adjust the pivot a little bit and it'll be fine. But anyways, there you guys go. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.